There is an update on Anthony Joshua versus Tony Yoka, possibly in Africa. And let me counterpunch. Africa's not a bad place. I think AJ, could fill the seats in Africa, especially Nigeria, because AJ's pretty well known in Africa, as much as he goes to Nigeria or whatnot to visit fam and this, that, and the other. However, Tony Yoka, I like the idea. I think he's a better option than Jake Paul because, at least he's a current heavyweight that's actually ranked. Okay. However, I would prefer if he's going to fight in Africa, fight an African, Efe Ajagba, Martin McCauley, someone that could sell in Africa. Another African. Not a Frenchman that you brought to Africa than Tony Yoka. But, excuse me. Ooh. But I think that, business as usual. I think it's a good fight for AJ, especially after the loss that he took from Danny Dubois. He needs someone to get back in there, that's not too risky, not too dangerous, not too, of a risk. And Tony Yoka, I think, would be that as, compared to someone like Martin McCauley, which would be a very tough fight for AJ, and because I think Martin McCauley is one of those guys, if he can't get up for AJ, he can't get up, period. You know what I mean? So you can just close the window of opportunity on him. But no, I like the idea of Tony Yoka getting into the mix because, he wants that lottery ticket. He wants that payday, right? Everybody wants that payday from AJ. Bars. So why not? I say Tony Yoka's just as good as any. But no, the Africa talks do sound appealing, especially for AJ. He can open up another market and who knows, maybe his next fight may be in Africa, after that, because people, would want to see AJ perform and, let alone win. Because he's a likable character, you know what I mean? So that's what we've known, he's still holding his own when it comes to marketability. But you guys tell me what you think of Tony Yoka stating that Team Joshua are scouting for places in Africa. Of course, please subscribe. And you guys been Counterpunch. Peace.